Hey, G-Talk, nigga, this that G-Talk. 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 G-Talk, nigga, this that G-Talk.
What it is, Straight Damage family. If you just heard that little intro song, you know what I mean? My boy Blanca Solo blessed us with that for the G-Talk podcast. And this is another episode for you guys. We got my boy Dizzie Locz in the building.
Yeah, what up?
So this episode is sponsored by his brand and House of Strains, of course. But this is like your newest, like what you really got going on right now.
Yeah.
You're the co-owner, correct?
Yeah, co-owner, co-founder.
Co-founder, okay, yeah. Hell yeah, bro. So, for all the people that maybe not like don't know about any of this, say, what is it? What is it?
So it's a mushroom product, and there's a bunch of mushroom chocolate bars that are on the shelves through smoke shops all over, right?
Yep.
And a lot of them aren't safe. A lot of these brands are using research chemicals like 4-ACO-DMT or Amanita muscaria.
That's some sketchy shit.
It is, bro, and you don't know what it could do to you. You know what I mean? Some people have seizures and stuff like that off of it, right? So, me and my friend Jesse, we had came up. Who was the other co-founder of Syked Society and owner, came up with a chocolate bar that contains a tryptamine called araginashine. And it's
groovy name,
right? I couldn't even pronounce it at first, like, to be honest. But yeah, araginashine is tryptamine that's in the cubensi mushrooms, just like psilocybin and psilocin. So it's all natural. So Look at it like how CBD is in cannabis to cannabis, right? It's kind of like that.
Yeah. So it's some good shit for real, and it's gonna get. I know with a lot of stuff like that, it's good for like brain function, help you calm down. You know what I mean? Personally, what do you use it for?
So I have ADHD, so I can't stop moving, I can't stop fidgeting, my mind's all over the place. If you have a conversation with me, we will talk about like 20,000 different things in one conversation, because I jump all over.
Same.
Right, yeah, so you understand where I'm coming from. So araginashine, it helps with cognitive thinking, it helps with focus, it gives you energy, it overall makes your mood a whole lot better, it just makes you happy.
So I could even like microdose before like a test to help me lock in and focus.
Oh, bro, you would be locked in like a sniper.
Hell yeah, bro! And we tried a little sample before this being viral, and the actual chocolate is phenomenal. It's like really good.
Yeah, thank you. It is Belgian chocolate, so we try to use top of the line chocolate for top of the line compound.
And did you guys have to have like go through different recipes, like trying to find the right one, or how did that go about like getting that down? Because it tastes like you guys like got it down to a science pretty much.
Right. Well, honestly, bro, it's just getting the right chocolate tier.
Okay.
And if you use the right chocolate tier to make your chocolate products, I mean, they are geniuses with it. You know what I mean? Especially if they've been doing it. So the guy that does it for us, he's definitely up there when it comes to making chocolate bars.
He got it on lock, just like they got all this other stuff on lock. What is the name again? I don't know if I could pronounce it. It's Syked?
Yeah, Syked.
Okay.
Yep, Syked Society.
Okay, and how'd you come up with that name?
So I wanted to come up with a name to brand, right? But I wanted it to be something that was like, it was psychedelic, but you couldn't really tell unless you like say the name. Like it's like one of those get it type of names. So Psych is spelled Psyche, right? Short for psychedelic. And I took Psych, S-Y-K-E, just like how you would say, psych, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it was just the perfect name. And then we're trying to make it more than just a brand. We're trying to be a movement, you know?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I've been seeing it everywhere. You guys are starting to like, I see it on a lot of podcast content creators are having it, you know what I mean? Smoke shops. I'll go into like random smoke shops. I'm like, how you have this in here, bro? You know, Dizzie everywhere, bro.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, we have them in a few spots throughout here in New Mexico. We also have some spots in Florida that carry them. Some spots in Oregon that carry them.
Damn.
Yeah. So right now I'm just in the pursuit of landing that distribution deal. Okay. Something that I could sell to a distributor.
Like national scale.
Yeah. I'm in the hunt for it. I have a few people that are interested, but for now, I'm just going to keep hustling. You know?
Oh yeah, and most of those states are pretty far from New Mexico. So how did you land those? Like, how did you get those over there?
Yeah, the thing that's cool about having a social media following is, you know, like a lot of people think that I'm just known here in New Mexico.
Hell nah.
No, but I'm known throughout the whole country, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got fans all the way up to New York, to Florida. You know, I went to Denver, Colorado. I had people coming up to me asking for pictures with them. I went to El Paso, Texas. People came up to me asking.
How does that feel, just being from Budokai? Like, you know what I mean? You probably were like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was a trip. I mean, I think now I'm a little bit more used to it,
Okay.
so it's okay now. Like, I'm very comfortable with it. But at first, I had gotten out of prison in 2019, so
Okay.
you know, when I had people staring at me, like, you know, I had to kind of like teach myself that they're probably just thinking I'm from social media. Right?
Yeah,
Like, they
for
see me
sure.
on there, and then I was able to develop more, I guess, of a comfort level for that. You
Get
know?
out of that like mentality where it's like, damn, I don't want everybody to just see me and know where I'm at or know what I'm on. So
Yeah.
definitely I get it, bro, for sure. And say as far as even just like new products, I see that you launched something with the Boxing Bear
Yeah.
Brewing. You launched 2 beers, I believe.
Yep.
How did that come about?
So I'm actually cool with Justin from Boxing Bear. He's the one that runs the one on Firestone, and I think he runs both of them, honestly, and the one on Tramway. And I told him, I said, hey, why don't we come out with a collaboration beer? And they're all about collaborations. So
Yeah, for sure.
he was like, you would be the first influencer that we did a collaboration beer project
The
with.
branding's stupid fire, too.
Yeah, thank you. So my cousin, G-Stack, he's actually a graffiti artist that's well known here in New Mexico.
I think I'm definitely familiar with
Oh
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
stacking
It goes hard
G.
as hell.
Oh, he goes hard, bro. He's sick. So he drew a little cartoon version of me wearing a New Mexican flag as a poncho with the sombrero, and
Oh,
you know,
he drew that?
He drew that.
That's
yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah, he drew that, and so you know, everything's authentic about it. Even the process of making the beers itself, I was there for. So I actually put some labor into it. I wasn't just slapping my name on it. I was actually there in the brewery, helping the other breweries make it. You know.
Hey, so if you get you some, just know Dizzie had his hands in that recipe himself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what's the two like? I don't know.
Flavors?
Yeah, flavors.
Okay.
I'm not really the biggest beer drinker. You guys know I like the Chief, but my boy Dizzie dropped it, so it has to be fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. It's real good. So the one of them is a Mexican style lager beer.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Dos Equis or.
Is that the one with you on there with the little?
Yep,
Okay.
that's that one. So what we did is we cut 400 and dehydrated 400 limes,
Shit.
Peruvian limes. So that if you haven't tried a Peruvian lime, they have a really, really strong like key lime taste to it. It tastes
Key
like
lime's fire.
yeah, and then it was crazy because dehydrating it gave it kind of like a little salty taste on the peel, from the peel, I guess. And it almost tastes just like if you were to squirt a lime in your beer and put some salt. you know?
Some lime salt, and that's just literally culture here. Like everybody growing up, my tias, my tios, everybody over there at the party sipping beer, and they got that little beer bottle with lime salt. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? You always see it. Take a little sip. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from that one. So that's fire. That's over here, New Mexican favorite for sure already.
Most definitely. And then the other one that we made was a DIPA, so it's a double IPA, and it's
so that's a strong boy.
strong. Yeah. So New Mexico's pretty big on IPAs.
Yeah, I noticed that's big too over there in Colorado, and here it's like one of those things where I'm like, every time you go to a brew, they're like, try this IPA, and before you know it, them beers hit you, bro.
yeah. That one was 8% alcohol. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The New Mexican lager was 4.2% alcohol. So. It was definitely, it was pretty much double the alcohol content. You know?
So you got some for the casual sippers and some for the boys that's trying to get lit.
Yeah, or just the IPA drinkers, because that's a whole world in itself. Like you got people that are connoisseurs of IPAs.
Okay.
And so, and what's really great about that is I got to choose the hops I'm making for both of them.
Okay.
And hops they have terpenes just like cannabis does.
Shit.
And so it's pretty crazy. Like some of them actually smell just like cannabis. So when I was picking the different hops to mix for the brew, for the taste, it's crazy because they actually kind of taste like cannabis, like the beers itself. But that's because I like cannabis, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so
for sure.
Those were the ones I was drawn to.
Hey, well, that's crazy. Honestly, just even hearing it and seeing how much goes into it and seeing that you're behind the scenes with everything that you got going on, it shows that you're not willing, like how you said, just to slap your name on some bullshit or anything and just give it to the people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool. You really got a movement going. Like, even with these, like with the Syked, he has all this stuff right here breaking down everything that goes into it. The competitors, how their stuff is sketchy, you know what I mean? It shows all this stuff. All the boxes on this guy are checked off for green, you know what I mean? So if you guys really want to try something like this and are like kind of been weary, you know what I mean? Dizzie Locz vouching for it.
Yep. And
he wouldn't do that unless it was something fire, you know what I mean? So make sure you guys tap the fuck in. And there's a lot of other stuff I see that you're getting into. I know that you already had the Dizzie cards and all that stuff going on, but you're about to be dropping more. You're getting your own manufacturing and stuff going on.
Yeah. So you know, there comes a time where you might just have to do things on your own. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
You know, and there's no hate between you and whoever that you were partnered with before, but. You know, I had to, once I spread my wings, I had to fly. You know what I'm saying? So I came up with my own stuff. I do got some partners in on it with me, but we're coming up with a whole new cannabis product line. We're going to have pre-rolls, flower pre-rolls. We're going to have rosins. We're going to have carts.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be dropping, I don't even know if I want to say it right now, but I'm dropping a cart that nobody else had put it out yet, ever.
Okay.
Like I did that with the 6 grammer. So I got something special coming out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be stoked.
Yeah.
Especially with the price point on it.
Nah, definitely. You got to make sure, especially here in New Mexico, we ain't the most rich state, you know what I mean? So everybody looking for like the best bang for their buck. Mm-hmm. But definitely when they see that name, they're going to know it's quality as well, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing is I'm not putting my actual name on these products. I came up with my own names for them. Yeah, my own designs. I did them for branding purposes because it's really hard to brand cannabis here on social media, whether it's on Meta or TikTok, anywhere. You can't really brand it without risking your account.
They don't want that to be promoted, especially TikTok. They're like huge on that. Like, they'll get your account taken down right away for like the slightest promotion of cannabis. You know what I mean? And that is one thing that I feel needs to be fixed in a way, because a lot of this stuff is just more or less promoted as a medicine. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like you're promoting it like, hey, everybody come get high out of your mind. Like, you could, you know what I mean, if you want to, but it's more or less just for all of the people here in cannabis that use it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, TikTok's cool with you promoting beer on there, but they're not cool with you promoting cannabis.
Which is
weird to me, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a beer drinker. I like beers. I'm not like, I guess you could say, I won't go to the store and get a 30-pack of Bud Light or something and slam that. But I'm more of a connoisseur. I like to go try different brewery beers, you know what I mean? And but cannabis, though, is a lot safer, you know, in my opinion. A high doesn't last that long, especially when you smoke it. It's like maybe an hour, 2 hours, you're really stoned.
And it's really not going to ruin your life. Like, some people really have woken up in jail cells off of liquor, like, I don't even remember all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I could possibly think that cannabis could be an issue with is maybe an unexperienced driver and an unexperienced cannabis user, and they happen to smoke, get behind the wheel. I could see that being disastrous, but like, I know this is a little incriminating, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I've been driving and smoking since I was 15 years old. As soon as I got my provisional, I was smoking a blunt while I was driving. So, you know.
That reminds me of OG's shirt. Like, my grandma's boyfriend always would wear this shirt, bro, and they would say, "Why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like real life, when it comes to the experienced smokers, bro, most of the time we're probably gonna be chiefing a joint right before we go take a drive. Even on a drive, chiefing a joint. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember when I worked downtown, I would leave the office. Me and my auntie, bro, we would just be cruising around waiting for our breakfast burrito from Garcia's or something. You know what I mean? Chiefing on a joint or two.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is that I think a lot more studies are being done on cannabis, and now that a lot more people are using it recreationally, from all, like, you know, from 21 all the way to the elderly, and some are using it for medical, some are using it for recreational. Sure. I think they're starting to get familiar with the effects of cannabis, and they're starting to see that it's not as extreme as they once made it seem.
No,
you know what I mean?
For sure. I think a lot of the older people too, like, even with being like House of Strands, we're in a building with a whole lot of other businesses here. Mm-hmm. we got a lot of older people that really still kind of frown at it, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, they're drug dealers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's really something that's just a stigma on cannabis for, like, I realize, like, the older generation.
Yeah.
And even a lot of older people are still hip with it, though. Like, my grandma eats edibles and
mom
uses
does.
rub all the time for arthritis. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, my mom does too. She's not like crazy like me where I'll eat 100, 150 milligrams at once, but she'll eat 10 milligrams before she goes to bed though.
So you're an experienced edible eater for sure.
Bro, I developed a pretty big tolerance when I started basically smoking nothing but infused products.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So my tolerance went through the roof. Even with edibles, it kind of went up too just from smoking nothing but infused products. And so if you don't know what infused products is, and this is for the viewers out there, we're talking about hash holes. We're talking about infused pre-rolls that
Don't
are...
be an asshole, smoke a hash roll.
There you go. And, infused pre-rolls that are basically distillate, keef, cannabis, and flower, and terps.
What's your favorite infused option out of those ones that you named? Like, I know it's probably hard because you
Have so many.
you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to weed, most people ain't got no type. It's just like, if it's good, it's good. But what's your go-to?
So I like to roll. I'm real bougie when it comes to my buds because like when I smoke flower pre-rolls that are already pre-rolled and packed, I kind of feel like there's not that freshness to it. You know what I mean? Like
lost some terps and everything.
Yeah, you just feel like it's been broken down, it dried out a little. You know what I mean? So I personally like to roll my own infused products. So
Shit.
yeah, I'll roll me a hash hole, but I'll mix the flower itself with moon rocks, and then I pack that down.
Moon rock hash hole?
Yeah, and then I throw diamonds or sugar, whatever I can, right? Just little clumps of it.
Yeah.
And then I get a line of rosin, put it right down the middle, and then I twist up a hash hole.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
So
and that's what
Dizzie
I
joint. If you guys could smoke a Dizzie joint, you're experienced for sure, bro. You got it going for you. Because I feel like if I were to smoke that, like halfway through that thing, I would be passed out on the couch for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it gets me high. So
Okay.
if it gets me high, it definitely get anybody that doesn't have such a high tolerance like I do high for sure.
Do you have like a preferred like strain type? Like not like a necessarily like a certain strain, but like indica, sativa, hybrid.
Yeah.
Do you really like to go off of that? Does that really matter to you?
No.
Nah.
No, it really doesn't. Matter of fact, one of my new favorite strains that came out this past year, I don't know if it's this past year or the year before, but it's a newer strain. It's called Super Boof,
Oh yeah.
and it's a sativa. Sativa dominant anyways. I think it's a hybrid, but sativa dominant. And that's one of my favorite,
Okay.
one of the new favorite strains I like to be smoking on because it has that taste I like, and it hits me with that high that I like as well. You know what I mean? And I suggest to people whenever they ask, well, what do you prefer? Or what should I get if I like this? I just tell them, go with your nose. Your nose. Yeah, if you if you smell some flower or concentrates and it smells so good that you could smell it again and keep smelling it and you like that, then you're probably gonna like what the effects give you.
So even when it comes to your product, you probably smell certain things and you're like, let's try something else. Or like your nose is really waiting for those terps and those kind of like gassy notes that you're used to. Even with Super Boof, I feel like that's more of like a gassy, like orange pill vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like that's what people like. And I feel like P.7 just dropped some shit. They have a Death Row collab with Snoop Dogg about to drop. And they got this one strain called Terpgasm. And it's literally just like Super Boof, bro. When you open it, it smells like some like orange juice. And I'm like, of course Snoop Dogg's gonna pick it, gin and juice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that type of vibe. They kind of almost fumbled a good name for it, because I would have called it Sin and Juice for sure.
Yeah.
But Terpgasm too. Terpgasm.
Yeah, Terpgasm is, I mean, I could see that being something that, because remember, it's about branding too, right?
For sure.
And sometimes the name is what sells, right? So you go and you show somebody some flower and they're looking through it and you show them that, oh, this is Terpgasm. Terpgasm, and then they smell it and then they'll be like, okay, you got me sold. You got me sold with the name, you got me sold with the smell.
For sure.
You know?
Hell yeah, bro. And do you remember, like, is there any time where you like felt like you got too high ever?
In jail.
In jail?
Yeah, one time in jail. I hadn't smoked for like 5-6 months. And I was in jail and this cat came in with some really, really loud flower. And I bought his weed off of him. I gave him some commissary and shit. He gave me his lighter and he gave me his little sack. Yeah, it wasn't that much. It was like maybe a tenth.
He's all, throw me that. I'm gonna roll a pinner, eh?
Oh, I did. And I sold some to get my money back too, you know. But,
got to.
Yeah, but I smoked that joint, and that was the first time I had ever like hallucinated on cannabis. Like full blown out trip. I'm talking about my whole jail cell turned into this whole other world for not that long. It was a short period of time, but
hit you like a box of Sykes or something.
Bro, it hit me like some mushrooms, like for sure. It was crazy, like literally hallucinated. But that was the highest. I could say that I was too high, I guess you could say, but I enjoyed it. I'm kind of crazy like that. I used to do a lot of psychedelics.
Nah, even speaking of the psychedelics, bro, is there like a time where you like could say like your best trip and your worst trip?
Oh yeah, for sure. So back when I was in my younger rave days, right, I used to like to mix psychedelics. And so I actually had taken LSD and ketamine at the same time. And so it's the way I describe it to people, it's like if you're being on an acid trip, and then once you hit the ketamine, it takes you from that acid trip to being in a dream on an acid trip.
Okay, so for the LSD, was it like liquid or was it like a little tab, like a paper tab or something?
It was a paper.
Paper?
Yeah, paper tab.
And then ketamine's like more or less like a powder, huh?
Right. Yeah, and back at those times, it was the rave days, so I was snorting all kinds of colors of different chemical substances to party on, and so I took the LSD, I snorted the line of ketamine, and I literally changed my whole vision. And it created these patterns that looked like pyramids with a bunch of eyeballs, and then they turned into like peacock feathers, and then it just kept morphing and twisting and changing. It was like I was like in a whole different world. And then I went to sit down, and my friend's cat jumped on me, and I couldn't think of for the life of me what the fuck this was. I was like, what is this wonder? Like, and this might sound crazy, but I have this like weird, like conscious voice, right, that was speaking in my brain, and I'm just like, oh, what is this wonderful creature? Okay, like if I was from England or some shit, you know.
What is this?
What is this wonderful creature, you know? And I was going through, I was like, is it a weasel? No, it's not a weasel. What? I was like, is it it's a marsupial? And I was like, wait, what the fuck's a marsupial?
What is a
So marsupial is like kind of like it's like in the kangaroo family, right?
Oh shit!
Like and then I was like, no, it's not a marsupial. And I was like, oh, it's a beaver. I was like, no, I couldn't quite put my name on it, a name on it. And then I looked down and I was like, man, things are so crazy when you're kitty frying, because that's what we used to call it, right? When you do LSD and ketamine together. And right when I say kitty frying, I said, it's a cat. Duh, it's a cat. It's a fucking cat. And it was weird because it wasn't just like on top of me, it was like a part of me. Like it was like a creature that was growing out of me.
Bruh. Every like little touch too, like I bet you it's furry even felt crazy, because I know whenever you're off LSD, like everything, like all your senses are amplified. You know what I mean? Like you could hear stuff a little more. Like I remember even listening to songs, and I hear like little bells in it. I didn't even know were there. I'm like, what the?
It enhances all that.
Feeling, taste. I remember food to me, like when I would try to eat when I was like dumb lit off some LSD, bro. I took like, I think like 2 tabs, and they were stupid doses too. And I was eating, and I was like, I could taste like every little part. I think it was like a burger. I'm like, I taste the lettuce. I feel it. I feel the meat, bro. Like
it really does.
Pause.
It really does. You feel it. No Diddy, bro. No Diddy. So I ate some cantaloupe one time on LSD, and it was one of the most amazing fucking pieces of cantaloupe I ever ate, bro. And just like you were saying, I bit into it. It was almost like I could visualize all the flavors and juices and everything when you bite into it. And it was wild. I was wearing some Skittle gloves at the time. You know what Skittle gloves are? So they're like little lights.
Oh, with the little, bro, those things will trip you out.
Yeah, so, so long story short, I was at a rave. It was an illegal one. The cops busted it. They made everybody go home. I had just taken LSD and Molly, and I had to go home. So I'm just like, I had just taken it, so none of the effects were hitting yet. As I'm on the freeway going home, it starts hitting me. The road starts looking like I'm in a fucking video game. And I finally get home, and you know, I'm just tripping balls. I'm like, well, what do I do? You know, I try to ask people if they're partying, nobody's partying. So it was like a weird day too. It was like a Wednesday or some shit that this happened.
Just lit as shit at home on a Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah. And then so,
Wait, watch.
oh,
Why did it do that?
there we go, back on.
Alright. That was a lit Wednesday, bro. Just chilling there on a Wednesday straight, lit out of your mind.
Yeah, bro. And then, so I was hungry. So I opened the, you know, I was giving myself light shows, listening to techno and shit. And I opened the fridge because, like, I want to eat something. Nothing seemed appealing. I had a whole fridge full of food. And the only thing that seemed appealing was a cantaloupe. It just, like, had this glow behind it.
It
Like,
lit up. That's what I was going to say. It lit up.
So,
I was like, this is the fruit of the heavens.
and it just seemed so, like, right at that moment.
Yeah.
Right? So I grabbed it. I pulled out a big-ass fucking chef knife, chopped it in 4 pieces, and grabbed one of the 4 pieces. Well, I scraped off the little seeds. I took a bite of it, and then my roommate, he was behind the refrigerator door. He closes in and he's scratching his head, half asleep. He goes, "The fuck are you doing?" Because I'm over there eating this big ass piece of cantaloupe.
That's what I was going to say. Those are some big boy pieces, too. 4 pieces.
Wearing some fucking Skittle gloves. And I was just standing there for like 5 minutes just with one bite, you know, just like you said, going on that little trip, tasting every little bit of flavor and juice.
Just those little dances, bro. Like, I forgot what show it was, but it was like, I don't know if it was SpongeBob, but it was something where, like, they took a bite and it shows, like, all the little taste buds in their mind dancing and shit.
Yeah.
And that was that vibe, bro. It was probably like it probably ruined cantaloupe for you, though, because no cantaloupes ever matched that.
I don't think so, man. I think the cantaloupe has not been the same since, for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. That's lit. But what is it called? So, other than everything else you got going on right now, I know you were mentioning, like, streaming.
Yeah.
Well, when do you plan to do that?
So we have just gathered up a lot of equipment. We might do both, honestly. We were just going to do a podcast, but I honestly thought it would have been better to do IRL streaming. So if you don't know what that is to the people watching, it's in real life streaming. So basically I'd have my camera guy follow me around. We'd live stream to go do whatever, take people, you know, my viewers on little experiences, whatever, you know what I mean? And so Kick is actually the new platform that I'm going to be streaming on. I was thinking about doing Twitch, but somebody told me that Twitch is whack.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You'll get banned pretty easy on Twitch.
I heard. So I don't know if I'll do Twitch, but I'm definitely going to do Kick. I'm going to rig it to where I can live stream on all my platforms at once. Mm-hmm. And, you know, since TikTok's going to have its downfall January 19th, which is the platform that I have most of my following on. And
it's going to have a downfall?
They're going to shut it off, bro.
For real?
They're canceling it, dog.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah. So, unless somebody buys it, there's a rumor that Elon Musk might buy it, which I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because if he buys it...
He probably will.
Oh, bro. TikTok will be insane. TikTok would be crazy with Elon Musk buying it.
I wonder what he's going to change the name to, because Twitter is X now.
Yeah.
So, what is he going to change TikTok to? You what do you think Elon Musk would call it?
I think it would do something very simple. You know, just think about, like, all his brands are pretty fucking simple. Like, from Tesla to Starlink to SpaceX to X to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? He might even just make it like an extension of X.
That's true. Honestly, Twitter is one of those things too where you could pretty much say whatever you want on there. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if Elon Musk were to buy TikTok, it would go into what we were talking about, like cannabis promotion, all that. Maybe all that stuff might be like not so frowned upon against.
Right.
And that's definitely what we need for sure.
Well, I think so too. And like also just with, you know, content creation, I mean, people are going to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And it might not even be a new platform. I might just go stick with Instagram and Facebook when it comes to short form content. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep doing my short form content.
Do you have a YouTube?
Not yet, but that's what I'm going to do with this IRL streaming. I'm going to just create a YouTube channel that goes with it.
And stuff?
Yeah, just throw some clips on there. I'll be live streaming on YouTube at the same time.
Bro, like, I love YouTube shorts, so you definitely need to start putting some of those TikToks you already got, because you got some funny shit, like, every day, bro. And even, like, with that, how is it being a content creator, like, and coming up with new ideas every day?
Oh, man, it's hard, bro. I would say that if you want to be original, it's hard. With it, I guess you could say. I feel like if you're a content creator just doing voiceovers or just doing trends, what everybody else is doing doesn't really display your creativity to the fullest, you know what I mean?
Nah, facts.
And so I try to make videos that are not even just relatable. Like I do in a way to make them relatable, but I make them more just to make people laugh. Like I just want you to go.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
That's it, bro.
Bro, I be seeing them and I'm just like, this thing is so full, bro. It'd be the funniest shit though, but it's like, so sometimes, like, you say what's not expected, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so off the, like, dome too, and that's what makes it so funny too, I think, like, the spontaneousness of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is there certain TikToks or like short clips that you've made that you had to like just you couldn't get down to save your life? Like you're like, fuck, it's not right. It's not right.
Yeah, I mean it happens a lot, bro. I mean sometimes, especially when you're doing your own like organic content, like you're coming up with your own scripts, your own video shots and stuff like that. And you know, you've done some videography, so you know sometimes it's all about angles and to try to make an effect of a video. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you saw not too long ago. I did a video where I had somebody throw up a hammer to me, and I caught it with my ass cheeks.
Yeah, but see, like
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So
I just want it to be funny. I really don't care if it's relatable. Sometimes I just want to make people laugh. You know, at the end of the day.
That's what I think the world needs more of, because there's a lot of seriousness. There's a lot of like bad shit going on. You know what I mean? A lot of bad vibes. Even with like the presidential election, so much division amongst that. So you see videos like that, and it actually just takes like. It's like not everything has to be serious. You can like laugh and have a good time with your day. Even just scrolling through stuff like that is really just like what brightens people's day. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've seen one of yours on Instagram before, and I'm like, I was pissed off before I seen Dizzie Locz little short. That shit made me. It's chilling. I'm gonna smoke a joint and kick it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's what I go for. You know, and like not only that too, but I really touch on a lot of hypocrisies and you know a lot of truths that are out there that seem really stupid to me. I don't know. Maybe it's not for other people, but to me they are. And I like to poke fun at it, and I like to poke fun at everybody. You know, I do have some people out there that'll go, "Oh, he's hateful to women. He's hateful to this group. He's
bunch of dorks."
And I'm like, I'm literally making fun of everybody. How come you don't say anything when I make fun of guys?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I make a lot of videos, posts, whatever, you know, making fun of men, and not a single eye gets back. But if I make a joke about a girl, all of a sudden the whole world says I hate women. I'm like, you know, just shit like that. I'm like, if you only knew that I have a 15-year-old daughter, I have a girlfriend that's very, very happy to be with me. My mom is proud of me. I'm pretty sure I don't hate women the way they make it seem.
Nah, bro. And I think it also just ties into that seriousness. Like everybody, I feel like with cancel culture nowadays, it's just like so easy for someone to try to take the littlest offense to something and blow it out of proportion.
Yeah.
And it's like, in the end of the day, bro, when it comes to being like even just like a comedian and funny things, there's not really no limits to that. You know what I mean? You're just trying to get a joke. You're trying to express who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of the videos I even see when it comes to girls, there's nothing in it that's like, oh, he's like hates women. You know what I mean? Like, bruh.
It's just cracking jokes at them, you know what I mean? And, you know, at the end of the day, too, like, I think a lot of us are kind of sick with the cancel culture. We're sick of the censorship.
Sick of it.
We're sick of extreme ideologies trying to be pushed on us, and if you don't agree, then you're a bigot or you hate them. And it's like, you know, like, people got to realize, like, I don't have to be for you, all right? I don't have to be for you, but I don't have to be against you either. You know what I mean? It's like I could be in my lane, you be in your lane, you respect my lane, I respect your lane. You know, at the end of the day, it's not hate. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? And not only that too, but like I said, I like to pull up the hypocrisies and make fun of them, you know, like the whole pronoun thing, you know what I mean? I think that's hilarious. Like, I couldn't even imagine like taking somebody serious that wants me to call them a Zer. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. And it's not that I hate them. I just think it's funny to me. It's comedic to me. And like you said, comedy is one of those realms where you should be able to not have no limits on the things you say and laugh about it, you know. And like if people continue to do shit that makes me want to make jokes out of them, like that's on them, not me. I'm a comedian, you know. At the end of the day, I gotta make people laugh.
And I like, too, bro, that you do not shy away from commenting back on some of these haters' comments. You're like, bro, calm down, you know what I mean? Go get you one of my IPAs or something and relax, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious, bro.
Yeah, well, and like you said, in this cancel culture era that we live in, you know, we have to have those voices that are willing to not confine to that shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of these creators, even in New Mexico, try to stay within the lines of not getting canceled. And you guys want to know some truths about me? I've been canceled like 8 times. In my 4.5 years of doing content, I've had the whole internet hate me a few times. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I'm still here.
It brings probably more attention to your pages.
It really does. It really does. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, if people don't understand it and they right away go with the herd, then they're going to hate you and they're going to call you names. They're going to take your character out of context, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, you know, I have love for everybody. I have respect for everybody. I don't care what group you're in. I don't care what race, what gender, what sexuality, preference, whatever, bro. Like, I respect and I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's kind of like a mutual thing. Like, you got to respect and love me back too, because it ain't going to go that way. And what I am against is, I'm not against anything specific like gender, race, or sexuality, preference. I'm against stupidity. And if you do some stupid ass shit and you expect me not to crack jokes and roast you, then you must be stupider than I thought.
Hey, and that's why we had to get my boy on G-Talk, because you know what I mean? Just the way you move, it's real true to how the G's act, you know what I mean? And it shows, you know what I mean? You're very humble when it comes to being a content creator here. I don't see you ever going anywhere with like that head up, like you're better than everybody. Everybody could get a dap. Everybody could get a picture. You know what I mean? It's always love. And I feel like you definitely are one of the OG content creators here. Yeah. And you showed that there is an avenue for people in Albuquerque, New Mexico, small towns anywhere else that might not have the exposure like these huge cities. You know what I mean? And you showed that like you could really do shit. I remember when I first met you at like the radio station, you know what I mean? And you were showing us like, hey, this is how you do it with the TikTok, this, that, showing us the followers and shit. Yeah. And I'm like, we could do this shit in Albuquerque? Like, it seemed like there was just too much of a crab in the bucket mentality here. We've touched on that. Like, this is a rerun. If you guys want to see how Dizzie Locz came up and more about his actual story, we got him on Strain Damage podcast. So go tap in with that and see how he came up.
Maybe you can leave the link in the description too.
No, for sure. And make sure, so say when you do start IRLing, like streaming, you're going to be on Kick, you said?
Yeah.
And is it going to be under, what's the name?
It'll be under Dizzie Locz.
Dizzie Locz?
Yeah,
okay.
the real Dizzie Locz, sorry. It'll be under the real
So
Dizzie.
make sure you guys tap the fuck in with that and you're in the live stream. Be one of those diehards. Help my boy get up there. And Kick, if you're seeing this, this is definitely someone you need to consider giving a deal to, because he's going to take it serious and he'll have some of the best content you guys have on your platform. And I 100% believe that, you know what I mean? And it's going to bring a lot of light to a city that doesn't have too much besides people like Dizzie Locz right now. And besides like what we got going on Strain Damage over here now too. We need more of it for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, it's cool. I'm happy that I came up the way I did on social media here and created the platforms I did, because it literally influenced a whole bunch of other creators that are now on the platforms, and they built up followings. And you know, it's cool that I had kind of a hand with them. You know what I mean? Not like I gave them anything or I put them on or anything,
no, for sure.
But that I influenced them to make their own and do their own, and now they're where they're at. And I'm happy to see that with a lot of creators.
For sure.
I think there's some creators here though that they just don't know how to utilize their platforms. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a couple that do, a couple that don't.
Oh, for sure.
And the ones that don't, they're like the biggest creators here.
And it's like
huge,
almost like I was telling him, it's almost like kind of like bleak in a sense, where it's like everything's like the same. You know what I mean? It's like kind of boring in a sense, like not to be a jerk, but it's like with you, bruh, it's relatable for people that aren't just in Albuquerque.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
right.
I feel like that's a big part of like just even being yourself, is you don't try to put on a certain persona or be like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. You're Dizzie Locz. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's really all it's always going to be. I noticed one big content creator that you did a collab with on a live stream, Santi.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that?
Hey, Santi's my little homie right there. You know, I really like that Santi came into this game on his own, like with his own style, his own way of doing content. And then
I didn't even know he was from here.
Right. And see, that's the thing, is he never came out like, hey, I'm from from Albuquerque. I'm from New Mexico. I do New Mexico content, and I think that's what's cool about Santi is he's more universal. And,
sure.
I've tried to be a little bit more universal as well. I like to also do New Mexican content, Albuquerque content for our people. But at the end of the day, I like to kind of branch out and be more universal to everybody that can relate to. And, he went on to IRL streaming with,
So on this, I think we're at how universal he was.
Yeah. So Santi got into IRL streaming on Kick, and I mean he basically has been collabing with Vitali, Aiden Ross,
Bro, crazy names.
Yeah.
He was over there with Ryan Garcia, T.Y. Dolla $ign,
rappers. Yeah.
bro, T Grizzly. I seen him in big streams that were watched by like hundreds of thousands of people at a time. So to see that that's was crazy.
And Aiden Ross paid for his lawyer.
Oh yeah, for real. And I remember when Santi got caught up, so it was really a big thing here. Santi got in trouble from APD for catching predators because they don't do a good job at it, obviously. So they had to go after the little homie, and Aiden Ross paid out of his pocket and got his lawyer to help Santi and get him out of that situation. And then he went on a crazy tour, I think a month or two tour with Vitali, multiple seasons, and they were catching predators everywhere, bro. They were catching predators in Miami, LA.
All
it was
over.
insane.
Yeah, so I respect Santi for that. He's and then aside from that, just that too, he's a cool ass dude. He's a cool ass kid. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So yeah, shout out to Santi. Shout out to a lot of other creators out there because you guys are doing your things. It's too much to list right now, but keep doing your things. Keep posting. Keep keep consistency. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be your trick because if you post 100 videos, right, chances are one of them might go viral. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where it's at.
Consistency is key, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you could get 100 views tomorrow, and then the next day, that was your 100,000 view video or million view video, and you just didn't post, you know what I mean?
I had actually had a video that went really viral lately.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled up to the light, and there's an APD officer in front of me, and a little Honda pulls up with the little rainbow dildo on the top of the car. And that video got 2.8 million views on Instagram and 2.7 million views on Facebook and 310K views on TikTok.
Damn, so it was going crazy.
Yeah, it was going crazy, bro. Just with those videos, it was easily almost 6 million views.
Damn. That's honestly
7 million even almost.
Crazy to even be able to think your content got out to that many people.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of people. I think that's even more than we have here in Albuquerque.
So definitely. So
times 5.
Yeah, times 5 because I think we only have 1 million total in the metro.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's all over, and so I calculated all my views on TikTok from the hashtag. And on my Dizzie Locz hashtag, and mind you, I made this after I hit 100K. If I would have had all my other views on that hashtag, there would have been more. But it's at 90 some million views.
Damn.
On just TikTok alone.
Your TikTok alone?
Yeah. So
so that's not
altogether,
Instagram either.
No, that's not Instagram or Facebook either. So on Instagram, I have I think 4 videos that have hit the millions on there.
Damn.
I have 2 videos that hit almost 3
million. Did you expect them to do that that big too when you were making them, or you were just I'm trying to get something out for the day?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like a gamble, bro. It's like going to a slot machine and putting in your money. You put all this time, effort, whatever into a video, and then you post it, and you're hoping it's going to get some good reactions or just in general a lot of interaction.
Fuel to the fire for sure. You're like, I'm turning it up on their ass.
Oh yeah, I think my analytics were crazy last month, bro. My Facebook, I had a total within the last 28 days, I had 6.2 million views.
Damn.
And then on Instagram, I had 3.4 million views. And I don't know if it's views or if it's accounts that have interacted with your page, either one. And then on TikTok, I also had 4 million views as well. So It was for the last month. I had like a total of like 11 million views. Like,
have you ever met somebody here? Then they're like, bro, I'm your biggest fan.
oh yeah,
100% your biggest fan.
yeah. I even have women that really love my shit go and get their kids haircut like mine.
For real?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in particular that's like stood out to you though, where you're like, you see them all over your stuff all the time, just always like, oh, my boy Dizzie just dropped, it's a good day?
Yeah, there's definitely some loyal followers that consistently show up on every video or in my comment section. They come and go too, so sometimes you'll have somebody that's really about you for like 4 or 5 months and then kind of just disappeared, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But yeah, I've definitely had some like people that fanboyed it over me, fangirl it over me, you know what I mean? And it's cool. And when I talk to them, like, shit, one of them, I smoked a joint with them. And they were in shock and awe that I took time out of my day just to kick in and smoke with them.
See, that's what I'm saying. My boy Dizzie Loco, real G, and he's humble as hell. I appreciate you pulling up for sure. Make sure you guys check out what my boy got's going on. If you pull up to like a dispensary, you see any of his products in there. You pull up to a smoke shop, you see Syked. Make sure you get your mind right. And everything in this is safe. It's back. We will give you our verification over here too. We'll let you know that it's legit. So make sure you guys go try it. Make sure you guys go get you some beer from over there at the Boxing Bear.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think, especially if you like that lime salt, you like them IPAs. He got exactly what you need, and he put his love and his thought and energy into it. So we want the same from y'all.
Yeah, and then thank you to everybody that showed support and love for all my products and everything that I do on as far as content-wise. The beers were such a success. We released them November 2nd. They were sold out by November 27th.
Damn.
Yeah, so they do have some available on tap still.
Okay.
So you could go and get yourself a glass still. But yeah, for the most part, I'm sorry, I forgot about this actually. We actually have some Boxing Bear Dizzie Locz gift boxes right now. They're like 31 a pop, but they come with one of my beers each, the New Mexican Lager and the Dippa. And then it comes with 2 glasses and a little bit of some swag merch from Boxing Bear. And then the other one comes with one of my beer each. And then it comes with a 32-ounce growler and coupon, a voucher to be able to go fill it up for free. So
hey,
$31 at Boxing Bear right now, both locations.
If you guys don't know what you're gonna get your Theo this Christmas, make sure you tap in with my boy Dizzie Loco. Go get your gift box. Go get some Psych, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of something for everybody, you know what I mean? Do you have any merch going on right now?
Yeah, so I actually have a clothing line with Psych Society. So the crazy designs you see on my boxes, I have a lot of clothes that has a lot of crazy psychedelic trippy drip.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate you pulling up. It was a pleasure having you here again, bro. We always see you everywhere. Your foot's in a little bit of everything. One thing too I wanted to ask, I think that there was like some kind of like celebrity or like content creator boxing about to be going on, and your boy Hadro's about to be in that. When is that going down?
I think they pushed it back to March now.
Back to March?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's sometime in March. It's the Influencer Boxing League. I think Influencer Fighting League, IFL.
Is anybody going to catch a fade from you, or are you just going to be watching?
Shit, anybody wants it, they could get it, bro. But they got to be a content creator. They got to be up there too, though. I want it to be something big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm a knucklehead, bro. I grew up in the city fighting. I was in the Pinta fighting, so fighting's just second nature to me. Never done boxing. I'm sure I'd have to train a little bit. I'd have to get into some shape, but if I condition myself and like kind of learn a little bit of some boxing, like I'm willing to throw with anybody.
Yeah, hell yeah, bruh. Hey, but make sure you guys tap in with what my boy Dizzie Loco got going on. When Kick gets going up, his Kick, we're going to make sure you guys see it from us as well. So you guys go tap in with him. Show the love you guys show us for sure. We appreciate all the love and support from my Strain Damage fam. G-Talk, we out. Peace.
Much love.
Hey, G-Talk, nigga, this that G-Talk. G-Talk, nigga.